My name's Ed, this is Mark, a friend of mine who runs this business that we're in now. From what I understand, you make these solar power systems for industrial premises and domestic premises. So equivalent to like the Tesla Powerwall, this kind of thing,
Yep.
but made from your own combination selection of parts with these Victron inverters, various battery packs like you've got here from cars, Teslas, Nissan, this kind of stuff. Then there's the car conversions like this, right? And you've got a whole business that sells kits and parts to people who are building stuff like this, who want that. Plus, I guess you do all the support and knowledge and all that, which is important.
And we convert a few cars.
And you convert cars, yeah. Oh yeah, and the off-grid stuff, of course.
Energy storage, off-grid stuff. I mean,
off-grid is like the
system.
domestic things.
The idea is to have a full system.
Okay, so anyway, this is Mark. This is his business. We're going to go around now and look at a bunch of different projects and present them in upcoming videos, and that's the basic idea for this whole channel. So this is basically a generator, right? Why do you call it a range extender?
Because this generator is made to, it doesn't have like AC current. It gives you DC, 400 volts for the electric cars.
So if you call it a custom DC generator for an electric car?
It's made for electric cars, yeah.
And that will have just like a normal charging port for...
No, this is it's made to be mounted on an electric car as a range extender. You have an electric car, a custom electric car, and this is a prototype.
So basically, if you've got an electric car, right, and you want to make that electric car a hybrid in the same way that a diesel electric locomotive works, for example, you put this motor and the fuel system and everything in the car, and it can charge the battery directly. So, is that it?
Yeah, hybrid, there is different types of hybrid. This is, I said, range extender, just like in the BMW, the i3 with the range extender. So you have a normal electric car with the battery pack, and this will recharge the battery pack, you know, because 400 volts. This is not made for your classic car, your normal EV, let's say Tesla. We made this for actually custom projects. To go racing in Africa, to go or for electric cars for really long range, you know?
Yes. Because a hybrid is switching between the electric and the motor all the time, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Whereas this is just a motor you start when you want some more battery charged.
Exactly.
And everything the car side of the battery just works normal. Okay, yeah.
So this is a prototype. It's already working, but we're trying to get it as to increase the efficiency. This is the idea right now, and it's meant to be really cheap. So we have the Nissan Leaf drive unit.
This is a Nissan Leaf drive unit. So this is out of a Nissan Leaf car. Paul told me this is a motor from a smart car.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-cylinder gas.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a good example of the kind of custom engineering that Mark's company can do. So basically, if someone comes to you and says, like, build me something like this, you can do the whole thing.
Yep.
But this one is like a research and development exercise right now.
The purpose here is for a race car.
Yes.
So we try to do something very cheap. You can find a few products, but really expensive.
I found it quite funny that he's connected. He connected something that.
So here you have this for the Nissan drive unit, VCU, a start, and you know to change to.
He had
power output.
He had to connect the gearbox to make it all work for the ECU. Yeah, exactly. which is funny. So the gearbox for the car is sitting down there, and it doesn't do anything. It just has to be connected. Otherwise, the ECU won't let you the engine running.
We had this engine. That's why we use this one.
Yeah. If you want to buy something like this, it is a proper, ready-to-go production piece of equipment. How much are you looking at?
I got a quotation for something similar. That was built for Tesla Model 3. And it was the same power, maybe of course in a nice case, and it was more than 100,000 euros.
And what's this cost you so far?
I want to keep it as close between 5,000 and maybe 10,000.
Yeah, so yeah, for the same thing. So that's
10 times cheaper.
10 times cheaper.
20 times cheaper.
How much time has been put into this to get it? I don't know, how close is it to working?
So we have around 10 days working on it.
And how close is it to?
We already managed to get 30 kilowatts. So now the idea is to see if both motors can I mean the engine and the driving can handle this power for a long time.
Okay, and what's the target? 30 kilowatts or more?
more.
What's the target for it?
40, 50 would be great, but we're not sure that we can get this power. Or we will reach the limit, the driving it or the engine. But I
Yes.
guess the engine will be the first limit, so maybe we'll swap it for a bigger one.
Cool. Well, this is a really good example of the kind of custom engineering that Mark's company can do. So it's a good place to start, I think. So now we're in the basement of Mark's building, and I wanted to come down here because I knew about this system, because he's basically got what's a small scale industrial kind of business. You know, you manufacture stuff. He's running machinery, welders, all this kind of high current usage stuff, plus the sales office. So if you have like an engineering company and you wanted to have a solar power system which will save your, well, now definitely will save you money on the electricity. These are all battery packs from Teslas here. How many cars worth are here?
3 cars.
3 cars,
Yeah.
right? So that's the equivalent of 3 Tesla cars in Tesla battery packs. This little cable here, I guess this is for the BMS data stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
These little cables here, the batteries are all daisy chained together, and this goes into the battery management system, which is where?
Yeah, it's more box here.
It's this tiny little box here, and this is what's connected to the internet, and you can remotely see what's going on. This is just fuses or circuit breakers or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got your 3 inverters, 1 for each phase,
Yeah.
correct?
And the PV inverter here
And what does this do exactly?
from solar panels. This is the PV inverter from solar panels. It provides the energy.
Oh, okay, because like that's built into my.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
This is an on-grid inverter here, but here we have a microgrid system.
Yes.
It's called a microgrid.
And what does that mean?
The PV doesn't charge directly the batteries. They give 380 volts, you know,
Mhm.
3-phase, and from this power they recharge the batteries, the inverters. This is
Ah,
our
okay.
inverters chargers.
Okay, so
you have it here in your back, everything.
okay, we'll look at that in a second. So the solar power comes into here at 380 volts. It's split into
no, it's up to 1000.
up to 1000
Yeah,
volts.
DC, and it gives us 220 per phase
Yes.
AC.
Okay. And then the charging for the batteries is built into these.
Yeah, from AC again it does.
Okay, if you come and look over here to give you an idea, this is like Mark's only using 300 watts off the grid now. This is the battery status. So that battery status is the charge in that, yeah. This is the loads. That's something like 20 times what a domestic house would use.
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah. And he's getting 14,000 watts from the solar panels on the roof. If you've got a business, how much is this to sell someone this whole thing? Guide.
This is the prototype. Now we don't worry it that way. We make a really nice box. We should check the price, but let's say start from, depending on the size between 40 and 70,000 euros, something like
With
this.
the panels and everything?
With the panels, yeah, we should be around 70,000.
Yeah, 70,000 euros, yeah. I think a couple of years ago, not so appealing for many businesses, but with the energy prices in Europe, starts to look very attractive.
And
Plus-
one thing, we have a backup here.
Yes, of course.
So we have all these shops online, okay?
Yeah.
So if we have one day without energy, we're losing a lot of
Money, yeah.
So this is also very important. You know, we have a team of 20%. No energy, we're not working.
Mark gave me a system to play around with at my house, and I've got my head around it now pretty well. The thing that didn't occur to me when I got it is it's just like having the whole house on a giant UPS.
Yeah.
So it screens you from any like electrical storms and spikes coming down the mains power, but also if the mains power goes out, everything just carries on working. So that's the end of this video. Those were some example projects of Mark's. The range extender generator was particularly interesting because it's a really cool bit of custom engineering that they've built very quickly and made work, to give you an idea of what they're capable of. But there's a whole load of other stuff in this workshop which we haven't showed you, and the future videos are going to be whatever projects, whatever things they're doing from week to week, month to month, and all the stuff is available to buy, even little connectors, batteries, kits that you can build yourself, or whole custom built systems they can come and install at your company anywhere in Europe really. They do installations in the whole of Western Europe and the UK, and sometimes even further afield, because it's pretty unique what they do as a business. And that's it. Bye for now.